Love and peace and happiness. The shadow self is the parts of ourselves that have been pushed down to the unconscious, the parts that we're insecure about, ashamed of, or frustrated with, and therefore repress. The concept of the shadow self is based on the notion that we figuratively bury those pieces of personality that we fear would not be welcomed, accepted, or loved by others. Therefore, we keep them in the shadows. In short, our shadow selves are the versions of ourselves that we do not show society. So, what is shadow work? This is the practice of what is and setting the shame and judgments free so that we can be our true selves. As Victor Hugo famously said, the greatest happiness of life is the conviction that we are loved ourselves, or rather, loved in spite of ourselves. Beautiful night, beautiful light, and welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot. Coming to you live once again from Las Vegas. I go by Mel, aka Melinda NailFanatic, and I'm back to deliver this latest timeless collective channeled message from the Tarot in the Shadows series. So if you're here, it's by divine design. Resonates, pick it up and run with it. If it doesn't, leave it where you found it. Either way, make your choices and decisions responsibly today, because you'll always have the consequences and repercussions to pay. Okay, so the following message has been called by the divine and sponsored by Spirit. Download the Shadows, Tarot in the Shadows message today. Okay, because the shadows crept into the download. So why can't the download creep into the shadows? They're so funny. Okay. I have the cave and I picked it up all the way 100% exactly in reverse. That's significant. It is card number 32. There's you can barely make out. They really look like the eyes of a panther back there. Can you see them? All you really notice is the hands in the dark. But then if those are the eyes, then look at how this third eye is lit up. Years ago, I read a book and it was talking about how when a man has an issue, or in this case, we're going to use a masculine energy, okay, that they're working through problem solving, they will go into their cave and stay there until they figure out the solution. Now, that cave is sometimes literal, like they'll go into their man cave or go into their room or whatever they do. But most of the times it's not so literal because life carries on, but they will be like they're not there because at least mentally they'll be in their cave. This is saying you come out of the cave. When I seen it upside down, it said to me, you come out of the cave. Yeah. These hands are a little bit puzzling to me because these are not the same person's hand. Is like finding somebody in the cave that has been disfigured in some sort of way, because those hands don't look right. The one in the back don't look right. This one looks normal. It looks very strong. That hand looks malformed. So I'm seeing an energy of shadow self is the parts of our ooh, my bad. No, it's okay. Of the shadow self. In the imagery, I'm seeing the shadow self. The parts that is malformed. Okay. Interesting. Let's see what the book has to say about the cave. I'm so interested. Card number 32. 3 and 2 equal 5. That's Hierophant energy. But then before that, you even have the Empress and the High Priestess. So there's a very wise wisdom. Thank you. A wisdom going on here. Okay. In the book, it's on page 127. 127. Magician, High Priestess, Chariot. The power. You know what to do. Take the action. Follow through. Okay. 1 + 2 + 7 = 3. I meant to say 8. That's not accurate either. It's 10. Oh, this is so funny. The spirit's been playing with me with numbers today. First, the number 43 showed up. Then the number 25 showed up. Then 800 showed up. Then 828 showed up. And then 800 again. Weird. Anyways, and now here we are. It's creeping its way in. So the cave, the dark, the portal, the interior. Those who are fortunate enough to find and enter the cave are forever changed. It is a place of potent power, acting both as a portal to another realm and a space for sacred ritual and initiation. The cave is a place to return for meaningful retreat where one can see the true self in the darkness. In esoteric teachings, the cave is known to reside in the center of the heart. Within its walls, the whispers of compassion and understanding can be heard. Yet, because of its mystery and power, many of the cave and never try to find it. We busy ourselves in the bright lights of the city, while the cavernous and dimly lit chamber calls out to us in the night, "Where is your cave?" You already know. Return to it and tend the fire. Now, I heard, but what if tending to the fire of your cave means going out into the bright city lights? That's all that made me laugh. Okay. Slowly and steadily, crystals of enormous magnitude grow within the dark confines of caves. Let the cave teach you patience. I just saw this amazing post uh, within the last week, and it was talking about these two boys. I forgot what they were. They were messing around in the ground, digging for stuff, but a giant cave filled with giant crystals, like all through it. It was actually really gorgeous. Selenite. It was selenite cave. It was a giant selenite cave. Like the wands of selenite that were going through that cave were bigger. It was so awesome to see that picture. Now I want to screenshot it so I can show you on the community. If I find it again, I will. It says, envision yourself as an old sage in a cave. What amenities do you need? What draws you ever closer to the cave within the cave? Okay. So when light, the energy of this card is talking about the sacred center within, and when dark, withdrawal, isolation, and hiding are there. So, what kind of cave has presented itself? I see like coming out of the cave, what I saw, the way it came out in reverse. All right. With that, I do want to pull out the uh, Wild Unknown Alchemy as a sort of guidance energy. And I'm just staring at that cave card. They were talking about the cave is the heart, and we were already talking about how, sometimes it can be a literal going into the cave, but sometimes it's not. It's just like seeming withdrawn and stuff like that, because in their mind they're busy processing something. So, is that where you've been? I see you. I see someone watching who has been busy, really just processing where they're at, what they've been doing, connecting to their self. And it may not be the same way other people do that. Like I said, what if your way of connecting to yourself is to go take a walk among the bright city lights, right? There's nothing wrong with that. There's different ways to connect to yourself. Somebody does it while riding their bike. Somebody does it while swimming. I see somebody who does it while running. I see somebody who does it while they drive. I see somebody who does it while they dance. I see somebody who does it while they sew. I see somebody who does it while they cook. And then I see somebody who really gets it when they're holding their baby in their arms, rocking them back and forth, in their arms that are so sore. And I hear specifically, like, this person at one point, they couldn't really use their arms to rock their baby, but they are, and they can now. And I love that. So let's see what else we have to go with this from the alchemy as a guidance. The most important guidance in this energy Please and thank you. And it comes right out. After all the shuffling, I hope you like shuffling like I do. The guidance. Interesting. This is kind of like ironic. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? If you're staring at the screen saying, but there's nothing on the card. Yeah, there is. Right. Because the card is the ether, the void. It is card number 42, the void. Let's see what the book has to say about the void. I heard from nothing comes everything. Everything comes from nothing. Okay. And so let's see. I found it. Liminal, darkness, destiny. Okay. 42. Emperor and high priestess. Okay. Divine masculine energy and having that knowing what to do. Knowing when to talk, when to move, when to go, when to not. Okay. And the book is on page 173. Now we have an 11. We had 10 before. Now reduces down to an 11. So there's progression, okay, to progress. In order to progress, and that's perfect because we did ask for guidance, right? Liminal, darkness, destiny. They want me to look up the word liminal. I think everybody got a firm handle on darkness and destiny, but let's see what liminal says. Occupying a position at or on both sides of a boundary or threshold, relating to a transitional or initial stage of a process. Okay. New vocabulary word. So if it's liminal, it could be transitional. If it's liminal, it is sitting on both sides of a boundary of some sort. Interesting. And this is in the guidance. So let's read what the card actually talks about. The void is a mystical riddle in and of itself. It cannot be understood by means of alchemy, chemistry, science, or spirituality. It astounds the most adept seeker and humbles the philosopher. From the depths of nothingness, all feelings and possibilities are birthed. Behind the curtain of our material world, the power of eternal spaciousness is at work. And this card may appear at a time when something has been released, a relationship, a possession, a title. But the void is much bigger than any worldly entity. When an alchemist approaches the void, destiny shifts in the darkness. Like magnets, you are drawn to it as it is drawn toward you. Meditation is critical at this time. Just sit and breathe. Surrender to the vastness. There is an electricity between you and the void that is sacred and timeless. From its center, everything is born. It said, go deeper. Watch the movie, The Never Ending Story. Atreyu. Go watch The Never Ending Story. We had talked about The Never Ending Story when one of these decks brought the Sphinx out for us because it reminded me of a scene in that movie. Okay. It also says, as an image, the void is a powerhouse. Use it as a point of focus in spiritual practice, in contemplation, or as an inspiration for creative work. And then as I'm reading that to you, they're reminding me that in certain magical practices, a lot of people would stare into a black mirror, a black obsidian, or some black surface that's shiny. They would just stare into it. Okay. Let's see what else is saying on this side. The void may be interpreted as the God-sized hole. We are tempted to fill the absence with something, anything, but the alchemist knows the work is to wait and observe. Okay, so what's awesome here? So somebody's coming out of the cave, been in the void themselves. Like, I don't even freaking know. But I see like now there's this idea of like attract. While you've been in the cave, you were focused on things, you were meditating on things, okay, you were attracting things, you were setting a point of attraction. Now it's time to live that, Now it is time to live that attraction that you were setting up when you were in the cave. Don't try to fill it in. Let the universe show you up for you. I mean, you could just be walking around and walk into exactly what you had asked for as a sign. It could happen 3 times in a row. I heard pay not so much attention to the size of it when it happens, but that the fact that it happened at all, because all things are coming from nothing. I hear you have this faulty idea that everything is coming, like for you to get, somebody else has to lose. But we tell you again, as Abraham Hicks has so many times, that the pie is infinite, honey. There are an unlimited number of slices available for you. Yeah. Keep aligning with it. Within nothing is everything. Everything actually came from nothing. It came from an alignment of thought, desire, trust, willingness to receive and allow, willingness to accept. See, many of you, I hear many of us, okay, yeah, many of you, they're saying, have uh, informed the universe that you don't want stuff, that you don't want the stuff. Because when somebody try to give it, you say, oh, no, that's okay. You don't have to do that. You've informed the universe that you don't want stuff because you feel actually quite upset about those who have this stuff, right? Or you don't think that having the stuff would be of value for you because you'd have to give up something else to have the stuff. What is the stuff for you? I heard, you got the stuff? Okay, no, that's not it. That is not it. Okay. Uh all right. I heard Mr. Big Stuff. Who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff? Okay, you're never gonna get my love, Mr. Big Stuff. Okay, somebody missed the big stuff here. I have the wild unknown tarot here, and I just heard past, present, and future. So let's get us some past, present, and future energy. For whatever reason, they're liking the spreading of the cards. So past, present, and future. This one really wants to come out. Just take it. Okay, and we'll take that one and that one. All right, in those positions. They say the bottom of the deck, so let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. It is the Six of Wands energy. There's a victory, something transformed. After the battle, the rewards, honey, you had to get off of a battlefield. Yeah. Removing yourself from a battle, now you can receive your rewards. Okay. All right. Are you ready to do this? I'm ready to do this. I was born for this. I heard I was born for this. Okay. In the past, energy. Ace of Cups. This is giving me, I've got myself to remind me of love. I got myself to love on me. I know my value. This is like when you first really like have that moment of awakening, like, dang, when everybody else was against me, wasn't there for me, walked away, just left me by myself. You know who got me through that shit? Me. It was me. I was there for me. This is when you realize, like, man, I've always had my back. I have always had my back. This is that moment of self love where you like really acknowledge all that you've done for you, and you experience this deepest gratitude. Often, this feeling right here, the way it's coming through today, comes through with deep appreciation and gratitude so profound that it pulls the tears from the gut of your soul. Yeah, it does. Love and peace and happiness, and it feels good. Yeah. And then at this point, it's like it's a feeling where the love song isn't about some other person singing it to you, it's you singing it to you. It feels good to know that you're by my side. It feels good to know that you love me. It sure feel good to me. Tony has done it again. That's the energy. Okay, and look, they all Tony, right? This is so giving me divine trouble energy. It's like you, and you. We gonna have a good time tonight, honey. We gonna fit a party tonight, and it's the divine trouble. It's me, myself, and I type of energy vibes here. Okay, past energy. Figuring it out. Figuring out who gets the credit for getting you here. Now, this isn't everybody's reading. Not from a finished standpoint. For others, this is more like this what you've been looking for type of reading. Okay, this is what you're reaching for, and you can feel that. Like as I say this, you're like, dang, I wish I felt like that. Keep watching and keep coming back, and don't get triggered enough to not come back, because that's just letting you know right now that that's the place where your soul has room to grow. Right there, when you hit that trigger, when it's something I say, it's like, oh, she's full of shit. I don't want to hear this shit. Boom, there it is. What was I saying when you felt that way? There's your trigger point right there, baby. But yeah, back that's like crosswatcher energy. Crosswatcher from the tribe as a collective crosswatcher energy. Anyways, stop making me laugh. You're so funny. Okay, Ace of Cups in the past. I'm being guided to use the wild unknown animal oracle just to see what else spirit will show us about this energy. Okay. I have a mini tarot of this here too, don't I? Yeah. Where's it at? Right there. I see it. Yep. Should we be clarifying that too? Get these first and then do that. Okay. All right. So show me this Ace of Cups, please and thank you. The hawk. Ooh, it's a predatory animal. But look at the way this hawk's body is outlined in the light, and it just came out of the dark. Like it's in the light. It matches the light. I'm on a mission, okay? I'm on a mission. And you wishing, okay, that you could get the time of day. Hey, okay. Why? Because you were in the cave and you came out. Again, another image that shows out of the darkness. But the guidance was the void. Allow I heard, see what else comes out of the darkness for you. Look at the way you came out. And you should be interested to find out what else come out of that darkness for you. Okay. Interesting. It's like as a result of your coming out of the darkness. Oh, that's gorgeous. They just show me, what's it called when the boat's riding, right? A wake. I think it's called a wake. Like the way the water moves behind. Oh, or like having something in tow, right? So it's like as you're flying out of the darkness, you're pulling some of that ether energy, that creative energy of the universe out with you, and it's taking form of that which you have been your soul have been focused on. So if you whatever your vibe been on, baby, you bringing more of it is what I'm saying. Wherever your point of attraction been focused, honey, you're bringing more of it. So you've been down in the dumps. Well, get ready for more stuff to dump. I'm just saying, like this is what the cards are saying. Okay, good idea. They said let's break these up a little bit. We're gonna need more room. Okay, I'm with it. Let's get it. All right. Yeah. So yeah, as you coming out of the cave, you flying out of the cave, and so in tow, in the wake of your coming out of the cave, it's like energy is following you, but it's an energy of your creating. It's like leaving a connection between you and the creative energy that you designed to. It's like creating the bridge for things to show up in your life. Thank you. That's a better explanation. Show me better with these tarot cards, please. The Father of Wands, we have Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy. This is that go get 'em energy. Be careful because it is showing us a cobra. It's deadly. Okay, it can be deadly when it's provoked, if it's not in balance. Okay. What else? We have the Three of Wands, expecting good things. Okay. There's something about the way this cobra is in front of this triangle, the way I set it down on the table. Air, it's giving me air energy for sure. Okay. So this is letting me know that not only have you been focused on beautiful things unfolding, but you've been taking appropriate action to assist that happening. the daughter of wands, yeah, the opportunity right here. Judgment, to free yourself again. Another image. Look at this big bird. And that's the energy I was seeing over there. Freaking hawk. Remember I said you had all this energy and tow coming behind you? That's what this looks like. It's like, wow, all these other ones, like, I want to fly up there and transform and become that. These all look like, but they see this big old bird over here of all light, and they're like, hold on, I want to be a bird. How did you become a bird? Because it's like when it was in the dark, it looked like a bat too. Ooh, because it's like when you look like a bat until you come into the light, then you can really see what you are. Okay, interesting. All right. So the way this works is the message is going to build until it gets crystal freaking clear, and that's just how it works with me. And anything I hear or see, clearly I'm going to share it with you. All the book reading is done that we're going to do. They want me to pull. They want me to pull the energy that's wanting to come through you right now from this spirit animal oracle card, the spirit animal energy that's wanting to come through for you right now. Let's see what we have before we move on. That's what I heard. They were like, yeah, we showed you that before, but we got caught up in that past position for a minute, and that's okay. All right, here we go. Let's see, what do we have? One more on the table. And there it is. Oh, wow, we have two. Okay, interesting. I was expecting one, but they give us two. We're going to take them both. We have the horse, and it's upright, and then we have the dolphin, and it's reversed. The horse says, it's card number 11, embrace change and embrace adventure. Okay, I feel like that one goes there. And then the dolphin is in reverse. Let's find out why. Be playful and seek fun in life. I heard, yeah, well, that's the way you've always been. That's why it's in reverse, because that's the way you've always been. Yeah, awesome. I love this. Okay, it's time to enjoy. I see an energy coming into you, baby. That dolphin was in reverse, and all it was giving me was direction. It's just showing me like it's coming to you. All this energy is following your lead. And I'm not talking about so much about your physical movements. I mean, those are included as well, especially if you're using them in a beautiful way that delights your soul. But I'm also getting like spiritually, as you focus, everything flows to your point of focus. It's that simple. In the current energy, what do we have? The Two of Cups. Ace of Cups brings Two of Cups. I love the way this works. Yeah, Ace of Cups brings Two of Cups every time. And now you can share that, and there's romance. It can be love and romance and passion that is shared with somebody else. The zebra is here in reverse. They say you haven't met this zebra yet, okay? And the triangle, again, look, the triangle is upside down the way this image came through, and it matches this one. And I told you there's something about this freaking triangle. So it's almost like you're looking for the right fit, the right shape, the right size. It's got to fit perfectly. There's a perfect fit. There's a perfect fit. I see that you haven't met it yet. We have the Mother of Wands, and it came out in reverse. Okay. There's this energy here of right now. So somebody showed up. You were investigating to see, was it a perfect fit. The thing is, it showed up because you were coming into the light. It was time for you to be seen. You left the darkness. You were all in your self-love. So now you've attracted somebody, and the triangle looks right. The problem now is that the zebra is actually upside down. And so they're saying, go ahead and write it up. But now you see, if it's upside down, now the triangles will align one on top of the other, nice, but they don't fit inside. And it's like, it doesn't fit in. It's not aligned. It's not the right fit, okay? It's not the right fit, and that's okay. So 8 of Cups, okay? That Leo, Aries, Sagittarius person, they showed up like they're in there. They showed up like they got it all going on. But then, with time did tell. I heard time did tell. Time did tell. You were on the hunt. You were ready. Opportunity showed up. You took advantage of it. Time did tell. And it was like, okay, yeah, no, that's not it. That's not it. Because it shouldn't cause them to go upside down to be in the Two of Cups with you. So was it a false portrayal? I heard. Let me see what else we got here. The Two of Swords. OMG. We have a full solar eclipse happening on this card. Two of Swords, there's a division, there's a separation. Okay. And what else? The Two of Pentacles. Because changes need to be made for balance, to try to acquire balance. And remember, it was in reverse. So there's love here, but somebody was imbalanced, okay? Having difficulty with the black and white of it all, I heard. And changes need to be made. 2 and 2. They're in a building energy. Master number 22 is here. Somebody, so I see like that wasn't working. The passion, like Queen of Wands in reverse, passionate, the passion is gone, babe. The love is gone, babe. The passion is gone, babe. The sex don't work. So I just lost all my interest because the sex don't work, or this is like you're not really feeling it. They're not really feeling you. Something like that. Like me, it looks fantastic, but are you really feeling it? Are they really feeling you? Are they really a match? Or are they upside down to try to pretend like they're a match, to try to portray a match, to try to send a representative that shows up like a match? Somebody who, and then I see it too fulfilling itself in life, where like this person showed up and they thought they was gonna have you upside down the whole time, but you see things black and white, so you write yourself right back up and you're like, yeah, no, this has got to change. Goodbye. Yeah, that's the vibe that I'm seeing here. All right, so let's see what's unfolding in this. Ojalá tenga suerte. Oh, the Ace of Pentacles, baby. So you could start with the Ace of Cups and you end with the Ace of Pentacles. Like your Ace of Cups brings the energy and turns it into physical reality. That's the way I'm seeing that. I love it. Let's see. Show me more about this Ace of Pentacles, please, and thank you. In the unfolding. And we have the Fire Ant, baby. It's lit the F up. Fire energy here, all up in it. But like I said, look at how the energy is coming to you so strong that you're drawing in what you want. What's at the bottom over here? I just have to see. Ooh, because of the way you maintain your focus. Look at that eyeball. It's a dragon. Honey, not only are you a dragon, but you got that focus. What is a dragon though, Melinda? Well, the dragon is a very powerful being that is a protector, and it has a direct energetic connection to the creator. Yeah, bottom of the deck on this side, we had the dragonfly. Well, now look at this. The dragonfly. Look at the shape of the triangle. And guess what? This one is upright, right? Yeah, you were looking for somebody that wouldn't have to get flipped upside down, like this zebra over here that had to get flipped upside down to fit. And look, the triangle too fucking little. The triangle's too little. It doesn't fit. Now with this dragonfly though, it's like this dragonfly, the way I'm seeing the triangle, it's the right, it's upright, and it's the right position. It's not upside down. But the other thing I'm seeing is like this dragonfly, its triangle is like it's energetic, it's spiritual, it's invisible. It can go through any size of portal. It fits. As a matter of fact, it covers every piece. It covers the whole triangle. It covers the whole piece. Covers every. In other words, all the boxes are ticked. Baby, this was about keeping your eye out with the dragon. Keeping your eye out for something that ticks all your boxes. Absolutely, this ticks all my boxes. What a great night. I got the feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. Why the Ace of Pentacles? Show me more. That tonight's gonna be a good night. Why the Ace of Pentacles? Because the Nine of Wands. This is the staircase ain't nobody climbed to in a long time to get to that light place. Okay, to get to that light place, ain't nobody it needed a warrior to come through with a machete. Ooh, You had to clear the stairway, baby. Okay. What stairway? The stairway to heaven, of course. Because heaven is on earth. It's in your heart. It's where you're at. Heaven is in my house. Heaven is wherever I be. Okay, what else? Nine of Wands goes to Nine of Cups. 99. 99 red balloons, baby. Okay. 99 red balloons go by. Yeah. Okay, what? Oh, I'm done. This is totally an energetic alignment. Because you ain't let nobody climb that stairway. And well, like Nine of Cups is here. This is the wish fulfillment card for me. Let me see what else. Ooh, 9999999 with the Nine of Pentacles. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, honey. Coming right straight home, adding to the wealth, adding to the health, adding to the beauty and the beautifulness in life. It is time. It is time. What I'm gonna do with these cards in my hand if I find another nine? Am I gonna throw them up in the air and lose my shit and fall out on the floor, just rolling, laughing, and dying and crying and being reborn all at once? Oh Lord, what do we have? Okay. Whew, I ain't got to act all kind of crazy now. We have the Four of Swords. No, it's a chance to chill, to rest, because it's gonna be like this. There's no more stress. Like it's gonna be like this. There's four. It says, well, we're not gonna give you all four nines, but we're gonna give you the four. You still get four. I'm like, oh, MG, you got jokes, okay? And what it's saying, and the only that's okay. They saying that's okay because you don't really want the Nine of Swords over here. The Four of Swords is a much prettier swords energy than the Nine of Swords, right? They're like, yeah, this is your fourth card. Is the Four of Swords? It's a card of rest, of healed, of look. It's the sweet little lamb chop with the sun right on the third eye. I mean, it. And you're like, and it's because of the way I brought the light into where I was and I made it brighter. And they're even showing me the progression in the cards. Like it went from dark to color to brighter color. Okay. But it's like all the pentacles are in the dark spot. So you're pulling the pentacles out of the dark spot. Here's the pentacles showing up out of the dark spot. So anywhere where you left behind something because it was not the right fit, because it was contorting itself in order to try to fit into your design. It was contorting itself in all kinds of positions it couldn't hold. Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, it's don't worry, the better is it's here. The better is here. It's in the cards. It's on the table. Eight of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. You started a fire, baby. We have a lightning strike, a single lightning strike hitting these connecting eight wands. Is about to start a fire, baby. You sparked it off. You were the spark that lit it off. Yeah. How did you spark the fire? You allowed justice. You said, listen, this is where we the same. This is where we different, and this is where we part roads. Okay. Yeah. Ten of Pentacles. Close that cycle out. Close that cycle out. Yeah. And with your Nine of Pentacles, they're lit. You already knew it's. I'm safe. You were like, I'm safe. I can do this. I can leave this cave. I can leave this situation. Daughter of Pentacles, you had thought about it for a minute. You were like, what am I learning in this situation? Well, you were learning about your pentacles, baby. Four of Wands, you were steady on that journey. Okay, fine. I'll take this class. I'll finish this course. I'll set about this journey. I will definitely do that. I'm already on it anyways. And Spirit was like, yeah, come on over because, we got some beautiful stuff in this cup for you. I got a great drink for you. Come on over. Yeah. Six of Wands. I thought we already saw this card. We did from the other deck. It's right there. I told you you was in a victory pose. You came out transformed. That was the goal. I heard that was the goal. Were you going to let yourself get consumed by the snake? No. The death card. That's over. Goodbye. Wow. What an awesome message the way this came through. Let me see. Are we done? Do we want more? They said, of course we want more. I heard, of course we want more. All right. Which one do we want more from? Yep, that's the one they said. Okay, so the keyword oracle. I heard where it lays is where it speaks. These cards are kind of big for that, but okay, fine. You want cards all over my table? Plus, I got bottoms of the deck over here in the middle. Oh, Lord. Can we just keep them all on the desktop, though, at least? Okay, 2 more shuffles on my lap, and then we'll go ahead and see where it lays, what it speaks, what are the details Spirit wants to reveal. Yeah, you're creating an energy. You come out of the cave. It was time. But because you were in the cave, because you were in dealing with your shadow, because you learned while being in your shadow how to just embrace changes and embrace it, look at it all as an adventure and make the best playfulness and fun in it. Like, you created something in that. Something follows that path because you literally like took and made the best you could out of everything that you went through. Landing right on the dragon, we have the tape. It's a cassette tape. Some of y'all are too young. If you're too young, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, we used to have to rewind them and flip them over to hear the rest of the song. Yeah. Very sticky situation. Cutting things away in order to hold things together, fixing things. Here's the thing about a cassette tape. So in this cassette tape, the ribbon is down. Yeah, you could, if it's down a little bit, if the ribbon's a little bit messed up like that, yeah, you could just swirl the little circle right here like that. You take your little pen, take your little pencil, stick it in there and swirl it like that, and it will tighten it back up right quick. Well, here the problem was. You let the kids get a hold of this, and oh, it's so fun to pull it out, and it makes this really cool noise, and it just keeps coming. Wow, wow, wow. And the next thing you know, the fucking tape is all over the place. And sometimes you could get it if you're real careful, because the thing is that tape is just thin plastic ribbon, and then it bend, and don't let it break, and please don't let it get stretched. Some of them tapes just had to get thrown away. I'm just saying, some of them tapes just had to get thrown away. It landed on the dragon's eye. So, what did you keep your eye focused on? Listen, you always knew that somebody was swinging around in your life. Look at the little dude down here who made the little blocks, right? Uh, they were just swinging through your life, okay, trying to pull your tape out. You got yourself caught up in a sticky situation, baby. You got yourself caught up where you were being unraveled in some sort of way. Yeah, so you had to hold things together. You had to, and why? Because I mean, you got the music. Music makes up. You got the frequencies and the vibrations, baby. You got the fun. You from the old school. You know how it's done. Nowadays, people require all these fancy gadgets and uh, these crazy wild experiences in order to be satisfied. But you know how to have fun the good old fashioned way. Let's play cards. Let's play games. Let's take a walk. Let's go sightseeing. Let's go window shopping. Let's make some art. Let's eat some food. Let's bake some food. Let's make something we never made before. Let's go walk around the store. Why? I don't know what's in there. Let's just go see what's in there. Like, you know how to have fun the old fashioned way. Let's go swimming. There's a rec center. Let's go swimming. There's a library. Let's go see what some crazy shit in the books. Come on, let's go. You know how to find stuff to do. You know how to entertain yourself in the simple old school ways is one of the things that I'm getting. Just sitting around and have a good time reading a book. Let's barbecue today. Just all sorts of things that can be done, right? So somebody's enjoying that swing. And you know they were. You know they were. But you also knew it was a very sticky situation. And that's where you're at this time. Let me see this one over here. And it landed on the Queen of Wands in reverse with the Eight of Cups right there. And it says bowl, meeting basic needs, the food, all needs are met, sustenance, refilling your spirit is there twice. So when you realize, like, okay, I'm not, the passion isn't here, the sex don't work, there's no love here. This is in some cases, this Queen of Wands reverse is an abusive, violent bunch of words. I could come up with a bunch of, I come up with 4 letters, 5 letters. Yeah. I could come up with 7 letters. I could come up with some different words, but they're saying, no, you don't need to talk like that. Don't call them no names. They said, just let it be. Okay. So there's it's like you knew that you had to walk away from this, especially where it was somebody who was abusive. Once they get away with putting their hands on you once, in whatever way they do, they're gonna believe they can do that again. And it doesn't usually get kinder or gentler. It tends to always get worse. So you have zero chances. Shut up, bye. Somebody here didn't do the right thing. Somebody here, they just stopped. They came in real quick. When they come in, they was attracted to all this beautiful stuff, and they tried to fake the funk and make it look like they was a match, but they were never a match. Yeah, because they were in reverse. They said, put it back upside down. Okay. Yeah, they upside down in this. Upside down, it's imbalance. And that means like somebody look, the books are not balanced. If it's upside down, if you're upside down in something, that means you owe more. If you're upside down in your card, that means you didn't borrow so much just upside down. Like you're not making you're no you you're upside down when you uh the value is all the way off. Upside down. Can't get ahead. Mm. So what do? You walk away. They turn themselves upside down to try to be a match to something that they couldn't even cover. They couldn't even cover. Well, this dragonfly covers it. And so I just see like with the Eight of Cups down there walking away, and it's touching a little bit of the Two of Swords too, which is a separation card. It's like, I'm good. I got this. I'm gonna take care of me. I know how to take care of myself. I can meet all my needs. I can do all these things on my own. And on top of it, I will refill my spirit. On top of it, double down on the refilling your spirit because it's there twice, right? Let's see what else we got. Where it lays is where it speaks. Right on the void, touching with the corner, barely touches that Two of Cups. What we got? The Turtle. Peace, resolution, protection, fertility, persistence, determination, patience. Pace yourself. Taking life slow. Feel at home anywhere. Emotional strength. Remain true to your path. So you could have dabbled and you touched it a little bit with that Two of Cups. But at the end of the day, your peace is over here in the void. You're like, you know what? I don't need to do all this. It's almost like for you, coming out of the void was going back to being on your own. Because when you were trying to be around this zebra, like you're trying to figure it out, now all your attention was going over here. Yeah, and this Two of Cups is actually a darker card. The lighter card is the Ace of Cups when you by yourself. So you actually went back into a cave when you engage with this experience here to try to investigate it, see what it was all about. We're not saying it was a bad idea. We're saying it was actually a great idea because from having had this experience, like you're bringing so much energy with you because you chose your peace. You said, I'm not going to let you unravel me until I can't listen to my music no more. What are you doing? Get away from my cassette tape. I know I'm the only one with the Walkman left or a tape player left or a 8-track in my car. You got an 8-track. Where it lays, where it speaks, right? So over here with the meeting basic needs in the bowl is the blue. Depression, sadness, water, intuition, open spaces, and inspiration. And the camel with travel, journey, wisdom, endurance, survival, service, self-sufficiency, stamina, and conservation. Yeah, I just see like you were like, I can do this on my own. Like depression, we ain't got none of that going on here. We're inspired. We're out here being self-sufficient. We got stamina. We good. Over here, what we have? Ooh, and it's landing on Two of Pentacles. It's landing on the Nine of Wands and barely touching the Nine of Cups a tiny bit. But it is the player. And is that way like, oh, I already seen what it was coming, okay? It says, be aware, showboat, slick talker, temptation, weak in the knees, clear thinking needed, one night stand sort of person. I heard, and that's about what they good for. That's about what they good for. hmm But because of this experience, with what showed up real nice, it showed up look real pretty. Like, oh, you got your own cup and a rose too. I have my own cup and a rose too. What do you know? Let's sit down and let's talk about each other's cups and roses. Oh, look at yours. Yours has this. Mine has that. Oh, I like it. Mm. But then you were like, hold on, your cup is made of plastic, honey. I'm bringing a crystal goblet to the table. Like this is a real. Oh no, they're not comparable. So somebody's self-love was at a different temperature than your self-love. They're giving me the word temperature so that your brain could grasp the concept of what they're saying. Like we don't all so self some of us are 999-degree self-lovers. Some of us are 4% self-lovers. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what they're showing me with this. I love the way they did that. That was so fucking cool. Like you can't make this up. And how does it get any better than that? Well, let's find out. What else do you have for the tribe? Show reveal us some more over here on this side and what's unfolding, please and thank you. What else can you show? Where it lays, where it speaks. Give us the detail. What the fire ants is all about. Perfect. So we have the fire ants coming in, and it's like all these energies are coming to you, right? And it says the spoon. Party, celebration, food and drink, feed your body well, health and abundance, feeding your soul, food for thought. It landed in my hand, and they said to put it right here by these fire ants because that's what I was thinking and actually saying out loud when it flipped in the deck. Yeah, so it's like you're going to be brought all these opportunities. You're going to be sustained, not only because you know you're good and you got you. Remember that whole moment? It's like, oh my God, you've always been here for me. Oh, I love you so much. You're so good to me. Oh man, when everybody left me, oh, everybody loved me. I had you. You took care of me. Oh, I love you so much. And this is not about another person. This is about you, right? But because you're there with yourself and you cried it out, and those tears were tears of gratitude, of realizing, like, dude, I've been neglecting myself all this time, trying to give credit to this one for helping me and that one for helping me, and oh, trying to bend over backwards to return a favor for them because they did a little bit of what? Yeah, a little bit of what? And at the end of the day, it was me. I did it for me. Nobody did for me what I did for me. I should have been bending over backward for me. You know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna start bending over backward for me right now. All the loves and hugs and kisses you want, baby. I got you. I got you. Yeah, because you deserve all that and then some. What else can I do for you today, baby? You want your feet rubbed? Come and get that lotion. I'm gonna rub my own fucking feet. You know, it's that type of vibes. Yeah, because you're doing that. What are you attracting that's coming to you in droves? Everybody wants to do that for you. You're going to be invited to so many parties. I see you being fed at houses. Oh, I'm going to do a dinner. You want to come over? Absolutely, I'll be there. You know, and it's all beautiful energy. It's beautiful vibes, you know. Oh, I'm taking a trip. And you know what? I really don't want to drive by myself. So would you mind? I'll take care of your vacation if you just come with me and drive for. Absolutely, I got you. What do you know? That just happens to be days that I have available, right? People's gonna be somebody, somebody here that somebody gonna be like, oh, I have a free partner to the gym all the time, but I never had nobody to go with. You want to come? Absolutely. Wow, what do you know? Your gym is like right around the corner from my house. How lucky me. Yeah. Heck yeah, I'll be your gym buddy, but you're gonna have to help me because I don't really do the gym thing. But I always wanted to, so I'm down to experience it. Cool. Yeah. Somebody's be like, oh, I found this great class. They're doing these sessions at the library once a week. And, it's on this spiritual topic, that metaphysical, this historical. I don't know what it is, but you're into it and you're like, really? Wow, that's so cool. I would love to go to something. Well, it's free. Why don't you come with me? Okay, cool. That's the vibe. I also see in this amazing conversation with highly developed minds who are experts in different fields than you. But what they say is so stimulating. It's like interesting at the very least, right? And some of these conversations are going to be people who know how to carry on a conversation, provide a person a different perspective, and not get ass hurt that you don't agree with them. And guess what? You ain't gonna get ass hurt because they don't agree with you neither. You're just gonna be like, wow, that's an interesting perspective. And they're gonna be like, wow, and at the end of the day, you will have enjoyed yourself. Yeah, I see somebody receiving a gift package, and in this gift package is all this health food. It's like, oh, I thought of you. You said this was happening, and guess what? I got you this because of that. And this is what I learned about this. And look, here I'm gonna send you the link so you can read about it. But I just wanted to give these to you. I just thought it might help. And I see this person is so grateful they receives this gift. I see tears coming in there out of their eyes of joy. And it's the thing of it is, it's not just one thing. Like you've been consistently holding this since there was nothing in view around. There was nothing in view around. At one point, it was all dark. Remember, it was all dark. And this stuff just keeps showing up here and there. The stuff. What's the stuff? Back to the stuff again. Yeah, Mr. Big Stuff. You got all the stuff I heard. Let's see what's at the bottom of this Oracle deck now. Yellow. Caution. Eyes are watching. Issues. Not what it appears from the outside. Okay. So this is exactly what it was in this situation that's going on with this Two of Cups. Somebody come in, zebra all upside down and stuff. Yeah. First off, is not what it appeared to be. It gave you cautions. Caution, yellow, slow down. Yellow means slow, right? On the street lights. But what you found when you slowed down was there was some issues here. There's some stuff's going on. And you know you was being watched, okay? Yeah. What kind of stuff was going on? Some about the heart, mind, and body connection was off. They needed to get a health checkup for their heart, mind, and body connection, about who they're connecting with, and they wanted to connect with you. Yeah. Uh, but they was up to some darkness. They was up to some uncouth behaviors, and you chucked it in the fuck it bucket. Look at the trash is full. We just gonna throw all this shit away and start over again. And that's that. That's what I have. I feel like this reading is complete now. The stuff, baby. You got the stuff. You get all the stuff. You get all the stuff. Just make sure that you remember, if it's not fitting, baby, they're not, if it's right for you, they're not gonna have to twist themselves and contort themselves to try to fit for you. They're gonna fly up like the dragonfly that they are, and it's just gonna cover all your spaces of what you wanted. It will cover what you were focused on for yourself, what you're passionate to have. And you will be able to allow this, because look at the three sides on these, right? And there's that uh mind, heart, and soul alignment energy there. I love it. This is actually a really beautiful reading, and it's also very comforting for anybody who has, in these recent times, been dealing with a situation where you had a fake the funker around you, a fake the funker, yeah, a fake the funker around you, who pretended to be something they were not, contorted themselves to try to fit your ideal, and they just weren't that, and it's revealed. And then you walk away, the separation changes, uh changes situations. I see someone was dealing with a player. I see somebody who was dealing with a person that liked to have one night stands. I see somebody who was dealing with a person who was a slick talker. Oh, they had all the words, baby. I see somebody dealing with a person who was trying to cloud your thinking, get you confused, make you think you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, who you are, or what you're here for. But I also see that as these things happen, I love this. Oh, thank you for showing me that. The horse is card number 11. The dolphin is card number 8. These two numbers of the major arcanas are the only ones you're going to really see switch. Sometimes, usually 11 is justice and 8 is strength. But sometimes in tarot, they switch. So you have justice and strength. This is you. Your justice and strength. And we recently learned that justice is a feeling as well. It's not that you're angry. It's not that you're triggered. It's that you feel justice. You can sense when there's an injustice. And when your body reacts to it, you feel the need for justice. Yeah. You're like, that's not right. Is that feeling right there where you're like, this ain't right. So you embrace adventures, you embrace the change, you be playful and you seek the fun in life. You have justice and you have power, strength. You will have no problem because it's like when what you're doing is in a fashion that is in alignment with yourself and universal laws. You're not violating or or violating boundaries. You're not violating respect with anybody involved in this. You're just standing for your justice for your own respect and boundaries, right? And so you have come out of the darkness, come out of the cave. And this has to do with somebody who's here. And before you even went into this situation, you already had your self love. And if that is real, like I said, you're at 999%. Yeah, it's only 100%, baby. I know. Oh, okay. They said because you 99.9%, right? Self love. They say you can only get 100% score once you hit the spirit realm, but this one is at 4%. So, when you pull off of that and they don't get to radiate in that energy, there's something that's going to happen there. And that's exactly why they wanted to contort themselves to try to look like a perfect match. But at the end of the day, you can see what's what. You can see the black and white. And you weren't looking for somebody who had to contort their identity, their energy, their soul, their spirituality, their intellect to try to be around you. You know what I'm saying? You were looking for a natural fit. And here's the dragonfly. You know the dragonfly exists. You may not know who it is yet, but you know that they exist and they're real. They come up in the cards. This is somebody who covers it all. They tick all your boxes, baby. Ace of Pentacles, it shows up. And it shows up while everything is showing up. So it's totally giving you the energy here of, until further notice, continue to celebrate life, like as many ways as you can, because you're going to have plenty of causes to celebrate. It's like while you're in this torrent, one of these little ants that's going to come up to you is about to be your dragonfly. It's just they're all crowded together, right? It's going to be your dragonfly. So I want to thank you for all you do for the channel, for yourself, for humanity, and in your own personal community, in your own personal ministry. And until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby. And I'm out.